guys and dolls, welcome back to my channel. I am Jules, in case you don't already know me. If you're new, definitely warm welcome. I hope you stick around for my very different videos. It's a little bit of makeup, a little bit of stories, and just a whole lot of me. So what am I doing today? This is a paranormal story time video. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I haven't actually spoken to you in a really long time because I've been on makeup mode for a while, and it's because it's been so hot and I really couldn't concentrate on doing like a story. You know how it is when it's hot. You don't want to do anything, you have no energy, especially those of us without central air, and you know, I can't put on the air all day every day, so please forgive me. But I am doing a story time today. This, again, if you're sensitive, if things scare you really badly, you may not want to see this one. This is cursed movies that may curse you if you watch them. Now, I've seen probably all of one of these 6 movies and programs. Most of them are movies. One is kind of like a reality show thing, and I don't know, I haven't seen it aired since. I really would like to see it, but maybe with all the negative things attached to it, they're not putting it out there, or you have to pay to see it, and I'm not paying to see anything from a reality show, whether I love it or not. But before we get started, I have been snacking on this cookie. Wow, so good. I just wanted to mention it because a lot of people are on like a keto craze, the keto diet. I'm not on no damn diet, but I do know that eating a lot of junk food, snacks like I love, which I've cut down quite a bit on, this is a good snack, especially those of you who are like me, who have a sweet tooth. This is from Lenny and Larry's. It's a huge cookie. Let's see, it's got like 200 calories, and 70 of those calories are from fat. But let me tell you what it doesn't have. It has, well, 10 grams of fiber, I'll tell you that, per cookie. No dairy, no egg, no soy, non-GMO, and it's vegan. So, those of you who have allergies, who have a sweet tooth, and don't want to go and get something that's chock full of fat and sugar and everything else, this is a healthy option. So let's get on with the story time. I already have goosebumps. This shit scared the living daylights out of me because I've seen all these movies. Keep in mind, if you believe something with all your heart, guess what? It's true. They're saying that even watching these movies will curse you. You've got to take that with a grain of salt because there are so many movies that I've seen based in real life. And that's all I will say on the matter because I don't want anything drawn to me. I don't want to put anything out there. I just simply was horrified by what I read, and I wanted to share because I haven't done a story time in so long. So let's begin. Number 1, this is The Conjuring. This was made in 2013, so not too long ago. Many unexplained things happened on the set. Director James Wan's dog, James Wan is the director of this movie. His dog repeatedly kept him up, growling and barking at things that weren't there. So when he was home, his dog would go nuts. Pretty much every night that they were filming this movie. There was a fire in the hotel the cast and crew were staying in. Vera Farmiga, she's the actress who portrays Lorraine Warren. She did not keep the script. I have goosebumps. I have freaking goosebumps. Okay. She did not keep the script in her home, and 3 scratches appeared on her leg shortly after the movie wrapped. Now, there was something else written out there that the 3 scratches were on her computer screen, but they were actually on her. I don't know if I could have finished the movie. The Vera Farmiga was portraying Lorraine Warren, and she, you know, she wanted to know things, so they would all get together and call her. And so most of those calls were either dropped or like really fuzzy and scratchy. When the initial family that lived in the house would visit the set, there was a strong wind that would whip by and not disturb anything else. So basically, when they were on the set, because they called the family in as well to get, I'm goosebumps from head to toe, just in case. Oh, I don't know if I want to continue. Okay, so yeah, so the family that actually, this is based on a true story, the family would go there they would visit, and all of them, not just one, would feel this super strong wind whip through the mall and just touch them and not disturb, because there were papers and props and things everywhere. Nothing was disturbed, nothing was moved. Okay, and also the mother of that family, she suffered a fall when she went there one time. When she went on a visit, she actually fell and hurt herself. Okay, so a priest was eventually called to bless the set for the second film. So, duh. Wouldn't you? I would have a priest there for every damn film. How many of these movies did they make? The second movie is The Omen. Now, most of you probably know all of these, but I didn't know some of these. So this was, director was Richard Donner. This was back in 1976. Many disturbing things happened during this movie before and after. Okay, the little boy who was cast as Damien was blonde, was actually a blonde with curly hair. His hair was dyed and style and, you know, adaptation for the part. He actually got the part for attacking the director. The director asked him to, and he went for his balls. So I guess they were trying to see what he would look like angry. He just actually attacked, like truly attacked, and grabbed his balls and squeezed with everything he had. Gregory Peck's son, who supposedly had a lead role in the movie, committed suicide within 2 months before filming started. Now, Gregory Peck's agent, by the way, he's one of my favorite actors. Gregory Peck's agent encouraged him to take the role, kind of get his mind off of the fact his son just passed away and just, you know, throw himself into his work. Gregory Peck also had a blowout argument with Richard Donner regarding a scene. And Gregory was dead ass wrong. It was regarding, it was a reaction that his wife was supposed to have at a certain point in the movie, and Gregory Peck was insisting that she should do this. He wasn't even the director. Like, that was insane and crazy for an actor to insist that another actor do what he wants them to do. In September of 1975, the 3 plane crashes of the producers, executive producers, and actors, all 3 of their planes were struck by lightning. Now, an animal trainer on set, as you know, they had animal trainers for the monkeys, and I guess there were a few other animals if you remember the movie. The animal trainer on set was mauled and killed by a tiger shortly after filming the baboon scene. Now, special effects. John Richardson, who set up the decapitation scene, like who can forget the decapitation scene in that movie, was in a car accident. While he was not fatally injured, his assistant, Liz Moore, died by decapitation, much like his scene setup. Ooh. I have goosebumps all over my body, and I don't know if I want to continue. Okay, I'm going to do this. So, Matrix, 1999. I had no idea that this movie had anything bad surrounding it, but apparently it did. This was a $63 million movie that tripled in profit. $63 million that tripled, and they spent $63 million on it, and it tripled. Have you any idea what that money, how much money that is? Oh my God. So, Keanu Reeves' girlfriend giving birth to a stillborn, and his relationship fell apart not long after she passed in a car accident. I had no idea. I don't know. I'm hoping this is not true, but this is the information I found. I don't remember this. Keanu actually offered $20 million of his own money to finish the movie, to finish all the movies. Aaliyah was supposed to be in the second film. She passed in a plane crash 2 months before, I guess, she was ready to start filming. Oh. And should have been the Oracle, but passed away before she could ever get a chance to do it. During all the scenes, or during the filming, Keanu Reeves suffers a motorcycle accident that puts him in the hospital. And Keanu's sister, she had a relapse, and I believe she did have an illness, and she suffered a relapse during this, and there were a few other things that happened, and she had been doing well up until these movies started to go into production. So that was it for The Matrix. Alrighty, so this is supposedly, this is number 4, this is the Superman curse, which again, I've never heard of. This is my favorite movie genre, I think, of my life. But from what I found out, apparently there is a Superman curse. So George Reeves, he was Superman from 1952 to 1958. He was 45 years old, and he killed himself with a gun. God. He was Superman from 1978 to 1987. But in 1995, he was paralyzed in an accident, and then eventually passed away from heart failure. Wow. Kirk Allen, 88 years old. This was in 1999. He was the voiceover for Superman, and I guess this was the cartoon. And he suffered from Alzheimer's and eventually died from that. Bud Collyer, he was one of the people, I believe, who drew the Superman cartoon between 1941 and 1943. And he died from a circulatory illness. The boy who played baby Superman, Lee Quigley, at 14, he died due to solvent abuse, and I'm guessing that's from drugs. Margot Kidder suffered a bad bipolar episode shortly after all of the, the movies were done, when she was a bit older. And with her bipolar episode, this was actually in 1996, she was missing for days, and she was found in a neighborhood in distress, without memory, and very unstable. And Dana Reeves, which was Christopher Reeves, one of my favorite Supermans of all time, was diagnosed with lung cancer at 44 despite never ever smoking. So those were all the supposed Superman curses. I don't know, there have been quite a few other Supermans since then, and I haven't heard anything, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see if that continues. Okay, so this is Ghost Adventures. This is the reality show. This guy apparently bought a house, and it was a purchase that he made over the phone. If you guys know what Ghost Adventures is, you know Zach Bagans. This was this year. This was a documentary done in 2018, and like I said, he purchased this house in. He lives in Vegas, and he bought a haunted house, supposedly haunted house in another state, over the phone. Now the house is haunted by demons with the supposed portal. There have been deaths, possessions, sacrifices, and other things went on in that house constantly. Okay, so apparently many issues with the crew went on. One quit without notice, another was fired who seemed to be oppressed, was fixated and acting, he was fixated on the rest of the crew and acting dangerous and belligerent in the hotel room once, the filming was a wrap. And he became, when he was actually he didn't believe in the supernatural, and when they had to fire him. So when he was fired, he became an extreme occult fanatic and just went into all things occult. He was pretty much obsessed by it. The family who lived there also fell victim. One of the couple, there was a family that lived there, so I'm assuming it was the mother or the father was helping out, I guess, Zach with things as far as what happened there and things like that. He was hospitalized for organ failure, just like that. Daughter of one of the families who visited the house, because I guess he had people visiting, I don't know why, she tried to commit suicide after the visit. Zach is now the victim of diplopia, and I always wondered, God, I feel so old. I've watched the show for over 10 years, and if you notice, Zach never wore those thick, heavy owl glasses he now wears. And I'm not making fun. I just don't understand, with all the money he has now, why no one told him that he looks like he has binoculars on. He suffers from diplopia, which is double vision, and he will always need the stigmatism glasses, and surgery could cause him complete blindness if he did want to get it fixed. And it was because he suffered severe pain in his head and in the back of his eyes. on one occasion when he left the house, and it just got worse and worse and worse to the point where they had to take him to the hospital. So yeah, those are all the things. Like, I definitely believe that. I 100% believe all of that. But that was number 5, and number 6 is, of course, the poltergeist. I'm sure you've heard some of these. Real skeletons were used in that film, unbeknownst to any of the actors. So I know you know the scene when the house is going nuts and all those skeletons start popping out of the pool, which is destroyed, and the main actress falls into the pool and she's surrounded by the skeletons. Oh, they would have had to have been ready to give me a cool million for doing that shit. But anyway, Dominique Dune, who was in the first one, she was the older sister of Heather, and she was strangled to death by her boyfriend. Will, he was the American Indian. He performed an exorcism on set and died at 53 from malnutrition and kidney failure. I think he had a smaller role, but he passed away partly from stomach cancer at 60, never to see his work on the film. He was, I believe in the second one, he was that weird priest-looking guy that wanted Carol Ann, Heather O'Rourke. And then, of course, Heather O'Rourke died of cardiac arrest, and it was due to septic shock, and it was misdiagnosed. When she was only 12 years old, she died before part 3. And Lou, he had a minor role, but was attacked in his apartment by a crazed lunatic with an axe. And he killed him. And that was the last story. I don't have the goosebumps anymore, but that has made me stop and think. And every time I look at these movies, I just look at them in a whole new way. So I hope this is the end of my video. I hope that scared the living bejesus out of you. I hope you enjoyed everything that I was able to find out. Again, I apologize for not having some of the information be as clear as it should have been. But anyway, that was this I think was the most scariest I've ever been during a paranormal story time. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Guys, make good decisions. Go watch all those movies. Scare yourself half to death. And I will see you in my next video.